Are equity cards now meaningless? My name is Kent, and this is your half-hour call.
Attention cast and crew, this is your half-hour call. Half hour to the top of the show. Half hour.
What is up, friends, and welcome to Season 2 of Half Hour Call. We are back, and boy, do we have some stuff to talk about. As you've probably already heard, last week, Actors Equity Association, the union of professional stage managers and actors in the United States, broke the internet by creating a new open access policy, where anyone who has worked and been paid for their work as a stage manager or actor is now eligible to join the union. This is a huge paradigm shift for the union, which up until this time has had fairly strict and difficult joining requirements, either being signed to an equity contract or earning 25 points in the equity membership candidacy program or being a member of a sister union. The move is part of Equity's diversity and inclusion retrofit to reduce aspects of gatekeeping in the industry. In fact, in my video from last year, Systemic Racism in American Musical Theater, I specifically mentioned the requirements to join the union as a barrier for those without significant financial privilege. So it's something that has needed to change, but a lot of equity members are not in favor of this change. Let's unpack the arguments you may have come across online and talk about exactly what this means for you, especially if you're an early career stage manager or actor who is now suddenly eligible to join the union. But if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Kent, and you are watching Half Hour Call, where we're dedicated to shining the spotlight on technical theater. So if you want how-to videos, interviews with industry leaders, and insider theater updates like you're watching right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you never miss another video. So what specifically has changed with this new policy? Well, for a 2-year introductory period, anyone who can prove that they have been paid to do work as a stage manager or actor will be eligible to join Actors Equity Association until May 1st, 2023. This also includes international stage managers and actors. Additionally, all members will now have 3 years instead of 2 to pay their initiation fee. During this 2-year trial period, the elected council of Actors Equity Association will develop a more permanent path to membership that removes unnecessary barriers to entry. Check out the description below for links to the public-facing Actors Equity Association website for more information and for how to apply for membership. Now, this is a big deal, so people understandably have some feelings. Well, a lot of feelings. A lot of current equity members have been criticizing the move, some with better reasoning than others. Here are a few of the concerns that I do feel are valid. Number 1, what will happen with audition appointments? With a huge influx of new members, audition appointments for equity principal auditions, or EPAs, will be even more difficult to secure than they already are. And this is true, it will probably be more difficult to be seen at auditions. I do want to point out that anyone can work on an equity contract whether they are a member or not, so it doesn't actually create more competition for jobs, just for audition appointments. Number 2, how are we organizing more contracts to support these new members? Of course, a larger membership gives us more collective bargaining power, that's a given. However, this policy in and of itself doesn't actually organize more employers to get more work for its current and new members. In my opinion, this policy change should have come in tandem with a clear plan about how to explicitly organize formerly non-union employers and a more robust use of the How to Hire Me letter and Memorandum of Understanding, 2 ways in which members can take non-union work and turn it into an equity contract. In theory, the hope is that a non-equity theater will become an equity theater when their favorite actors and stage managers join the union. But is there a specific infrastructure in existence or being developed that will make the transition as seamless as possible? Number 3, new members may not understand what they're signing up for and damage their career and weaken our union in the process. We already have a severe lack of member education, so this new policy will just exacerbate that problem, which is part of why I'm making this video, to give you the information that you need to make an informed decision. If I were making the rules, joining the union through any method would come with a mandatory webinar that makes sure new members understand exactly what they're signing up for and the commitment that they're making to a collective good. On the other side of the coin, some of the complaints I've seen are bringing out the absolute worst in equity members. Let's debunk some of these invalid criticisms you may have heard. Number 1, it's a money grab. While it's certainly true that the union is really hurting from a lack of working dues, this specific policy was member-driven and created by a group of some 88 rank-and-file members and counselors. There was also a large group of non-equity actors and stage managers pushing for this exact change. Additionally, these new members have 3 years to pay off their initiation fees, which is not giving anybody the immediate influx of capital that you may think it would. Number 2, I worked hard for my card. Other people should have to work just as hard. The old ways of joining did require their hard work, and you should be proud that you worked toward a goal and were successful in accomplishing it. However, joining a union isn't a prize for hard work. It's a commitment to a collective effort to better working conditions for everybody. We should always be making it easier and easier to stand in solidarity with your fellow workers. Number 3, an equity card used to denote a level of talent and professionalism. Now it's meaningless. Nope, that was never really the case. I think we all know some non-union performers and stage managers who are exceptionally talented and good at their jobs, and unfortunately, I'm sure we all also know some members of equity who are not. An equity card only denoted that an employer hired you, or that you had the privilege to work hard for low pay like we talked about in point number 2, and sometimes that you just got lucky. And of course, the true mark of professionalism for all actors and stage managers is whether or not you've hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Don't look at me, I don't make the rules. Some members seem to think that the appeal of hiring equity actors is that you're guaranteed a certain level of professionalism or talent, but that's never been the case. Certainly, if you want top quality Broadway performers, you have to hire equity actors, but a union card has never been a certificate of excellence. Number 4, it'll put small theaters out of business. No, it won't. No one is forcing non-equity theaters to hire equity performers. What it will do is force a lot of theaters to reckon with whether or not they are actually a professional theater. Spoiler alert, if you've been paying below minimum wage, you're not a professional theater. And if you're paying a travel stipend, you're not a professional theater. And that will be an adjustment, certainly. But if that puts theaters out of business, it's because they believe they're entitled to professional performers and stage managers without paying the wages of professional performers and stage managers. What are your opinions on the new open access policy? Are you eligible to join now? Will you be joining? Let me know in the comments down below. My personal opinion is that it's a great idea conceptually, and whether it goes well or not will depend entirely on the execution and additional policies that follow this one to support an influx of new members. But for the time being, if equity is going to market itself as the union for professional stage managers and actors in the United States, it's about time that we are the union for all professional stage managers and actors in the United States. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. My name is Kent, and this has been your half-hour call.
Find the perfect gift for the stage manager in your life at the Half Hour Call store. Now with free shipping on all domestic orders. New products added frequently. Visit KentJamesCollins.com/store to shop now.